Hi, I'm Ben. Obesity waddles in my family. Let's talk about Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy is one of the most beloved franchises in gaming, spawning 16 games and a slew of other spin-offs. Entries like Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy VII are considered to be some of the greatest games of all time, both innovating the RPG genre, as well as engaging players with well-crafted storytelling and intricate worlds to explore. But where did it all start? Final Fantasy was released in 1987 by now esteemed development studio Square Enix, originally Squaresoft before merging with Enix Corp in 2003. The story is well known amongst gaming historians, so I'll keep it brief. Squaresoft was a struggling game development studio in 1980s Japan. After releasing some commercially unsuccessful games in the early 80s, Square poured all of their effort into what seemed to be their last-ditch effort, with the name Final Fantasy referring to the company's final attempt to develop a successful game. And how did it go?
Well, with Final Fantasy XVI releasing in 2023, I'd say the first game was a big success.
Final Fantasy would not only inspire numerous sequels, but many popular RPG franchises drew direct inspiration from the game, including games like Pokemon and
the Mother series. So how well does it hold up? With bona fide classics like Final Fantasy VI and VII, how does the first game hold up?
The game lets you choose between 4 characters, including such characters as a fighter, a thief, a black belt, and mages, coming in red, white, and black variants. Each color providing different utility, with black providing offensive magic, white acting as your party's healer and defense, and red... Yeah, I don't know what the fuck red does, but it's probably cool, trust me. You can name each character, but you only get 4 letters, so it's easiest to just name them something profane and call it a day. You first start by being tasked with saving a princess from a monster named Garland. It's nice to see a Nintendo game where you get saving the princess out of the way early. After that, you're off on a journey gathering 4 magic orbs and defeating a bunch of evil embodiments in order to save the world. While being a lot more simplistic than its successors, Final Fantasy is a great introduction to the series. Finding the orbs, save the world, a simple premise, but not horrible for an NES game. Like I said, instead of just saving the princess like most other Nintendo classics of the 80s, you're tasked with saving an entire magical world. Some of your tasks include killing evil elves, giving a blind witch a crystal so she can see, giving a comatose prince a magic herb so he can wake up. Why not just kiss him Sleeping Beauty style? Is that too gay for Nintendo? Giving dwarves dynamite to build a canal, and learning a second language in order to talk to a secret society in order to fight an air monster.
What the fuck?
Now, you do get a large variety of enemies to fight. Like most RPGs, you start off small with your typical snakes, wolves, spiders, the light kind.
Perchance.
Down the line, you get to fight more interesting enemies like poisonous arachnids and frozen wolves? But the game has a lot of fun enemies, like giants, wizards, dragons, demonic cats, and whatever the fuck this thing is. While people criticize the random encounter battles, I think it's an interesting mechanic that keeps you on your toes. Even if you buy the most up-to-date weapons and armor, there still feels like a major power imbalance for the first 2/3 of the game. Like, why is a fighter doing 10 times more damage than a ninja? A fucking ninja! This guy should be wiping the floor with these enemies, but no, 40 damage if you're lucky. However, when you obtain the class upgrades in the game, the whole power dynamic shifts. Now your knight, master, and ninja are now on equal footing, and it feels like fights are a lot more even. It doesn't feel like my fighter is just outclassing the rest of my party. When you press select, you can rearrange your party order. However, the enemies tend to target the first member of your party, so if you're not properly equipped, you're fucked. Also, why does the white mage look like a clansman? Could his hood be any pointier?
Well, I guess Pokemon isn't the only RPG that hates black people. Moving on.
There are some annoying enemies. Ghouls can paralyze you, stupidly named birds can turn you into stone like Medusa, you son of a bitch! But the worst enemy in this game is probably the sorcerers. Even if you're wearing the Protect Ring, which is meant to prevent instant death spells, these things kill you immediately. You could have full HP and 6 different spells casted on your party. If you encounter 5 or more sorcerers, you're fucking dead. And these bastards have quite a hefty amount of health. If you're lucky enough to actually run from the battle, find a religion and thank your higher power, because that was some divine intervention. Another thing I dislike is when you're walking in the volcano and you have to walk on molten lava. I don't mind that you take damage, that makes perfect sense, but why does the screen have to flicker at 1,000,000 frames per second? I've actively gotten headaches trying to get through this dungeon. Well, hopefully the ice cave will be more forgiving. You son of a bitch! Why does walking on ice hurt you? You mean to tell me I can buy thousands of dollars worth of armor, chest plates, helmets, and shit, but you can't wear fucking shoes? And you're walking at a normal pace. How would walking on ice for 7 seconds hurt you? Are these anemic fucks prone to frostbite?
Despite my complaints, this game is a classic and deserves its props for inspiring so many franchises.
Without this, we wouldn't have the likes of Final Fantasy VII, Pokemon Crystal, Earthbound, but this game deserves love too. The technological limitations of the NES gave the game challenge, but also a sense of charm. If you like games like Pokemon Blue or Earthbound Beginnings, this game is worthy of your time.
Well, thanks for watching. Comment below what I should play next. Alright, see you around.